It's
Check,
me.
check, mic check.
Check, check.
I think we're live. Just make sure. Okay, done. Direct to YouTube.
Hey,
And we are live.
let's go. 10 minutes past 1 p.m. UK time, 27th of March, 2022. On this episode of Technically Speaking, well, I'm just co-hosting, but mainly the GOAT, Mr. Hardin, will be looking at the charts. So over to my boy.
What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? As you know, we are not professional traders. We are not any shape, way, or form financial advisors. Everything you see is for education and entertainment purposes only. And remember, all trades and all investments come with risk. If you can't mitigate your risk, please contact one of our financial advisors or just get in contact and we can put you in touch. If you want to be a little bit educated about crypto and about trading stocks and or crypto, and we've got some great educational material for you. The link's in the bio. We've got our crypto swing trading basics for just £20 there on our Gumroad, so you can get that. So yeah, let's get into it. We're now about to launch a Discord service as of next month. So if you want to be in our Discord and follow our technical analysis, our fundamental analysis, and the trades that we're doing, and then you do your own research on them before executing them yourself, then that will just be £20 a month to join us in our Discord and get instant access to the analysis that we're doing. Okay, cool. So let's get on with what's happening this week. So let's take an overall look what's happening at all the major markets first. So the first thing that we can note is that the VT, which is a good representation of the whole stock market, as me and Ninja just discussed, is right now at a very interesting point. It's bounced off the major moving averages. At the moment, we can see that the 100-day moving average, which is just here, is, well, not the 100, that's the 50. So the 50, the 20, and the 10 are just creating a slight resistance on it, just there. So we can see it's bounced off the 100, and now it's got a slight resistance there. And we can see there's also a very interesting direction happening with the RSI, and it's about to break out as well on this. So then if we now start looking at, say, for example, the VTI, we've got a bit of a fib retracement from before on here. Again, we can see a similar kind of thing. We had a really nice support here, which we hit on the weekly on the 14th of March. If we break this down, we'll be able to see it a little bit clearer. I mean, look how beautiful those touches are there on the 8th of March, and then again on the 14th of March. This would have been a great trade to execute straight off this doji and ride it up from 212 up to this area here. But yeah, let's look at where we're at now with the crypto markets. So then if we go to the crypto total market cap, we can see that there's a really nice resistance area just here. And if we break this 1.985 trillion mark, the RSI would be very high. But if we go to the weekly, again, you can see this resistance area, and then the RSI is quite low then on the weekly. So what I would probably expect is to get a breakout and then a pullback on this. But let's see the crypto markets. We don't know what can happen. Anything can happen on this. And again, let's now go and have a look at the crypto markets, not including Bitcoin and not including Ethereum. And again, I've highlighted this resistance here. Let me just change the look of this so it's a little bit more clearer. So you can see it here, nice little hat for these two candles here on the week of the 14th of Feb and the 21st of March. You can see it's struggled to get past here. Let's see now if we get a breakout from this, and that would put us past 757 billion in all crypto, excluding Bitcoin.
Could you just compare the RSI of total 3 and total? Because I believe they're pretty much the same.
Yeah. So RSI here is around 44 45.47. And then if we go to the one on total, about 49. So yeah, I would expect some kind of breakout to happen here because we've got really nice action going on here. And then if we break it down a little bit further, again, you can see there's a really nice support just here, which you can see. And then we've got this nice resistance. So we're clearly channeling. There's clearly a lot of accumulation going on. I would say that personally, from a whale perspective, I would say, obviously I'm not a whale, but judging from what this looks like a clear accumulation zone to me. And what do we mean by accumulation zone? I mean an area where the whales are just accumulating, and then we'll get a big pump where they will get out of positions that they probably got into in a prior accumulation zone, which we can see was over here. So they'll just be looking for exit liquidity after that. So yeah, let's see what happens. Everything's primed and geared up for a nice little explosion. So we'll see what news we get this week. Although the only reason that I would probably counter that is, again, you've got to look for both sides, is this RSI here is quite high, just gone over the 70. But we can see in crypto, sometimes that 70 doesn't really matter. As we can see, getting up to highs of 89. So yeah, let's see what happens on that. If you look at Bitcoin itself, again, we've had this movement here on the downtrend. We do think, and we have been saying at Blockchain Sensei, that we are in a bear market in Bitcoin since October. And that's when we started moving all into altcoins, where you could have got our top altcoin picks video that we did. And we showed the fundamentals. It's still available, still partially relevant. And we went over the top altcoin picks that we would be getting into and getting out of our Bitcoin and Ethereum to get into the altcoins whilst these were going down. Some of them have done very, very well, like the likes of Kaiba, which we'll come on to later. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is we can see what happened. We was in this bear market. We've been coming down on this dotted white line here, which is the downtrend. Let me just get rid of the moving averages so you can see it a little bit clearer. There we go. You can see that downtrend right there. And then what's happened is we've broken out and then we've retested, which you can see a little bit clearer if we go on the 4 hours. You can see we broke out just here and then we've come back down, retested it, and then gone up. So this would now suggest that we're very likely going to go to this 45 area. And we can see there's quite a strong resistance just here around that 45 mark. We've had a tiny wick peek out of it. So at some point, it would probably make a lot of sense that we get this movement. Let me just draw it in. That we come back down, retest, and then come up, retest, and then we have a breakout literally on the 1st of April. That is what is most likely in my opinion, but let's see what happens. I'm right sometimes, I'm wrong sometimes. Right, fairly more often. So let's see what happens on that one. Then in terms of the stock market, I'm gonna be setting up some trades for you guys that I'm personally going to be executing. Not for you guys, obviously. If you're in the Discord and you're paying the £20 a month, you'll be able to see the trades that I'm getting into on the platform that we're going to be using, which is going to be FTX. Well, not that we're going to be using, that I'm going to be using, and that if you do your own research and you want to do trades that are similar, that's up to you, because you've understood that all trades come with risk. So if we look at the S&P 500, again, absolute classic double bottom, triple bottom, 1, 2, 3, and off we go. And then again, if you look at that, you got the RSI being down at what was the RSI at there? Was that like 18? So that would have given you a good indication, strong potential for a move to the upside. And again, look at these touches. So this has been a support area since 18th of June. So obviously we've had our pullbacks now. So let's see what happens. Let's go to Ninja's favorite, the QQQ.
NASDAQ, baby.
So again, you can see that there's a potential beautiful trade on the NASDAQ for the last couple of days. We didn't actually execute this one, but that would have been a nice 12%. With a bit of leverage, we've been quite happy with that. But again, we can see there's this resistance area. Just
look, we got a double, triple bottom.
So it's very, very nice. So let's have a look at what's going to happen. Well, not what's going to happen. Let's have a look at the VIX, because obviously the VIX is very important. Why? Because the VIX does whatever the markets are doing. If the VIX is down, the markets are up, and vice versa. So again, we saw that the VIX was coming down during mid-March. So this is when we were thinking, okay, if we see any double bottoms, might be some good potential trades like we saw on Amazon and on Google and Netflix, like we were telling you about. If you're in our Discord or in our WhatsApp, or if you attend the game, which is our Monday show, Mondays 8 p.m. But we can see now the VIX is coming down. So what we would expect is, will the VIX get down to this all-time high area just here? The best way to check is, let's go back and look at what happened last April. After the quadruple witching. So we can see March, it was up. And then by April the 16th, we were in this zone where we get our all-time highs. So let's see what happens by this time, this month, the 19th of 16th to the 19th of April. Let's see if we're in that all-time high zone. At the moment, it looks like history is repeating itself, and we're getting something similar to what happened last March and last end of March. In terms of, will it be the same as 2020? I doubt it. I doubt it very much, because last April 2020, well, March, we had the COVID dip. So that's why we were all the way up here on the VIX. And then we can see by April, it'd come down. It was starting to recover just a little bit. But yeah, let's go and look at the worst index in the world. You know what I'm talking about before we even got there, which is the Ftse. Which is just a piece of trash right now, which a whole 2 years later still hasn't recovered from its all-time highs during the COVID dip. Let's just go on the weekly so we can kind of highlight this. Oh, it's not giving me all the data.
You have to find a new Ftse, bro.
This one, UKX. Here we go. So this is where we was in 2020. Previous all-time high is 29th of May, 2018. And we still haven't got past this resistance level that is at 7697. I did say to a few people, look, you might want to short the Ftse when it gets to this area, potential trade that I was looking at doing. And again, would have been right on that one. That went down by what? 11%. And now we're heading back up. Will we finally get past the 7697 mark with the Ftse? What do you guys think? I think not.
We'll get there at some point, bro. We'll get there at some point.
I think maybe by 2025, the Ftse might recover, but we'll see. Let's have a look at gold. CFDs on gold, again, going up quite nicely. You can see a beautiful uptrend when we look on this trend line. Is whack, bro. What going on here? Let me just delete that. So there was beautiful support here on gold from August, and now we've got a really nice trend line that was going up. It's even better on the daily. Nice trade up. Beautiful support line here. Look at that. Bam, bam, bam. Like, gold has been probably one of the cleanest cut trades that have been going, if you wanted to trade that. And then again, we've got this secondary support happening just here. Same kind of movement. I don't really trade gold myself, to be honest. Just doesn't really interest me that much. But let's look at oil. We said oil would be coming back down. Oil's started to come back down, had a little bit of a peak up, but again, oil I would expect to come crashing down quite soon. Oil is one of those things that can't maintain its high prices. So let's look at what happens with that.
What's that crazy candlestick? Go earlier, left. Down.
This one.
What happened there?
20th, what was this? The 16th of November 2018. Google it, find out. Was that Brexit?
Wait. Name that date again. I'm so interested.
15th of November 2018. Yeah. Cool. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to crack on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the cryptos that are on Swissborg. I'm not going to look at the cryptos on other platforms, just because. Actually, you know what? Let's start off with the stocks that are on FTX. So we'll start this off being a bit stock based, and then we'll move over. So let's look at Twitter. This is what the futures chart looks like at the moment. Obviously, we want to see the proper view. So this is what we're playing with. Again, this is the support area that we had here. We've got a nice bounce up now. But again, this is kind of where the resistance area is. So a similar situation to what we're seeing with a lot of things is if we get a breakout from this resistance, this is when things will start going, not parabolic, but start getting exciting. So something to look out for on that one. So it's Twitter. So then Zoom got absolutely demolished for the last couple of months, as we can see. So Zoom is down 84%. it went down. So could potentially say, if you go and look at the fundamentals on this one, that you might even have a bargain. In fact, you know what? Let me look at the fundamentals on this one. Okay, so earnings, it's been hitting earnings every quarter. Income is up year on year. Quarterly, how are they doing? Up. Revenue up. Why Zoom is getting battered, I have no idea. Based on the numbers, Zoom is a good asset, but Wall Street says otherwise, as we can see, because apparently nobody uses Zoom anymore because we're not in lockdown. But we're on Zoom. I'm still on Zoom. So yeah, I would say that this is a grossly grossly undervalued stock at the moment. So this is why this is in my watch list. Can't quite see any clear trades on it just now. But yeah, something to keep in your watch list is Zoom. Taiwan Semiconductor. Again, we can see this previous support that was here is now acting like the resistance. So again, we would expect something to happen around here. I'm guessing you're starting to see a similar kind of chart pattern that's appearing on a lot of these assets. Again, Nvidia is always a winner. So in terms of the long hold, I've got that in my portfolio. Neo, not looking too tasty on Neo. Moderna, no, can't really see anything I like. Uber, again, same kind of movement. We've got good old Apple. Woo. Now that was a nice trade, if anyone caught that. Would have been quite difficult to calculate it though, in my opinion. Facebook was one that we were definitely telling people to look at just because of this support line that was here. I mean, come on, guys. That was nice. Tesla, let's have a look at that. Oh, let me just change that back to green so that those that are watching understand. Tesla, how are we looking on Tesla? Again, really nice here. So look at this at the bottom here. If we go on the 4 hour, that'll be a bit more clearer. Really nice here. Yeah, a bit of work with the fibs and you would have been able to find that. But again, if we look at the RSI, it's a little bit overvalued now on the 4 hour. If we go to the weekly, look at the grand scheme of things, yeah, it's not too bad. And you can see take profit points for me on Tesla are at 1,356, and then again at 2,660. Amazon. Now, Amazon is probably one of the trades that I regret not buying when it was down here, because this is absolute bargain on Amazon. Obviously, they've got their stock split coming up, so one to watch out for. Let's have a look. You can see again, similar to what's happening in the crypto space with Amazon. We've got this accumulation zone thing that's happening, like we had all here, and then we had our breakout. We've got something similar happening here, but in a much bigger scale. So let's see what happens from here. Probably would expect it to come down, bounce off this, and then break out, something like that. Google is the one that I'm actually kicking myself on. Absolutely kicking myself on. This was a beauty. As you can see, we caught that support line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2482. Could have traded that up. 12% move. Alibaba is an interesting one. Now, one that I'm definitely going to be doing is Netflix. Just because I feel when I've been looking at the fundamentals of Netflix and doing my actual research on it, I think it's been treated very unfairly, very, very unfairly. And I think for a long-term hold, as something that I want to hold for the next.
What's the percentage drawdown from current Netflix price to all time high?
52%.
And then what's the upside?
From there to all-time high.
Yeah.
Around 100%.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Remember, guys, I'm just gonna jump in with like some quick investing game. The upside is always way better than the drawdown. Say if you invest in a good asset for £100 or $100 and it shoots down to $60, that's 40% drawdown. But then if you buy another one for 60 and it goes back up to 100, that's like 65% upside.
yeah, it's looking mad tasty. This, to be honest with you. Let me just do a fib retracement on this one. And we're just around that 23.6 mark where we're closing. It's mad interesting. So that's an institutional fib level just around here. And if we look at this on the daily, it might even be even more nice. Oh, it's not that nice. You can see it's been a bit choppy. But yeah, that for me, Netflix, I think this is going to be one of a trade that we're gonna mark up. Just got to figure out a nice little entry. Won't be entering it until as a trade until it goes past 396, and then probably the stop loss will be around where it is now, which will be around 338. So then if we did 5 to 1 on this. Yeah, that's what we're looking at doing. So for Netflix to get back up to 681, is that possible? Is that realistic? In what time frame, we don't know, but it's possible. The all-time high is 696. So this would be a long trade that I'd be in. I'd be in this for donkeys, but the buck that could be made is quite crazy. I think it's one of them opportunities that's not going to come along very often. But as I'm setting this one up, it'll be in the Discord. AMD, one of the best trades I did last year. You see, you had the accumulations on there, had all your touches. Boom. So that's those. So let's go to the crypto because I know that's what everyone wants to see. Should we treat them? Actually, Ninja, I'll let you pick where we're going to do it from. We're going to do it from my portfolio. We're going to do it from the Grayscale list. Are we going to do it from the Masari list? We're going to do it from the Metaverse list.
I reckon we should plug them in with the Masari one. Like, I think your one are too personal. I think you're putting too much work.
Okay, so let's have a look at some trades that might be floating around on the Masari list. So we've got Axie Infinity here.
I've personally been looking at HNT. I feel like that's undervalued right now.
Yeah, massively. So when we look at Axie, again, we've got a really nice support just here. We've had this 1 wick breakout, but again, this is showing, boom, straight away. Movement's exactly the movement we would expect. When we look at this a little bit closer, look how beautiful that is. Don't need much TA there. If we put on the moving averages though, again, we can see that it's just got slapped by the 200 moving average. If it breaks this 200 moving average, we can pretty much expect a bigger upside to this. So this, I'll probably be doing stopped there, and then a 10 to 1. Oh. I just messed it up. I just completely messed it up. So on the top side of the moving average down to this support level. About there. So $403 would be my take profit. let's have a look at that on the fib. So the impulse, I would say, started here to here to here. Ooh, tricky. So maybe I'd want to do a partial there at 220, which is still, let's see what ratio that is. Oh, 4.5. So it's close to the 5 to 1. So yeah, I'd be happy with that one. Terra Luna. Get rid of MAs in this. We have to bear in mind Terra's just announced that they've bought, I think it was 10 billion worth of Bitcoin, was it? Again,
I don't remember the exact figure, but it was a lot.
It was a lot. It was more than what MicroStrategy's got, which is very interesting. So that, I think that makes them one of the biggest public holders of Bitcoin.
For sure.
So yeah, very interesting resistance here. Terra, let's see what happens with this. HNT, we were talking about, oh, actually Terra, where would the support be? The support would be here. I mean, that's as textbook as it comes, really. You know what I mean? So you could do your entry just there. You stop just here. Oh, that's 20 to 1. Oh, 10 to 1 on quick. 5 to 1 would bring you to around 431. And 753. So let's see how that one plays out. HNT, again, some of the best technology in the blockchain space, in my opinion, on HNT. We've got our breakout really prepped. Look at that. That's ready to go. If you look at that on the daily. Come on, boy. And we've got that here again. We've got the uptrend on the RSI. So potential little movements here and then a breakout. So we could get something like this, and then bam, and then a retest, then bam. So if we go on this and go that the impulse is here. Yeah. The lowest point to about $82. Whew. $82 or $178 per helium token. That's mad if you've been mining that since.
That's crazy.
Since November. I know a couple cats that had these mining nodes for a while. Man. Crazy. Chili's. Chili's, it's an interesting one. Again, we've got this little resistance that's happening just here. Let's see what the MAs are saying. Yeah, it's got a break past the 200 as well on this. Interesting move. We've got a slight uptrend happening just here. Okay, interesting. So this is like a wedge breakout again, but inversed. So you can see you've got the resistance and you've got the uptrend instead of having the downtrend and the support and then getting. So if we did it the opposite, I'll show you what I mean. So the opposite would be something like this, where this is the downtrend. And this was the support. You can see that we had the breakout here, whereas now we've got this support here, this uptrend here, but the bigger picture, let's just undo all of that, is this resistance here. Let me change that to red, beginners. Why's it not changing it? Oh, shame on that. Okay. Yeah. See what happens with that. Audius. Interesting. No real comment on this one. Nice support. That's about it. I say this one's already started moving. But yeah, this is exactly why I'm thinking this week we're going to get some big moves. Something's coming this week. 4chan. So this is the trade that we put out for the community. What day did we put this one out? Or what day was we doing our research on this one?
I can confirm the date we give it out. 1 second. Let me just backtrack. Give me a sec. CHOR.
It would have been Rune.
Oh, Rune, yeah, that's the ticker, right?
Yeah. There's two runes. There's the one on the Binance chain, which is a game, which is the one that I've been obsessed with. And then there's this one.
Yeah, we sent this trade out on the 12th of March.
So 12.
Yeah.
Nice little, almost 100.
Yeah. Quick 2x, quickly.
Boom. Then we've got Ants, Aragon, which coincidentally is in the top 10 altcoin picks and in the Masari paper. You know.
What a coincidence.
Interesting. Kusama. Kusama is an interesting one, you know, because it's the test net for everything on Polkadot. I don't see how people don't want to accumulate it. Because it's got to be used.
Literally, Kusama is like the #1 Polkadot altcoin. Like if Polkadot was the main coin, Kusama would be the altcoin to Polkadot.
Yeah. Like, because you can't have anything on Polkadot without it being tested on Kusama, technically. So the biggest coders and developers have to have Kusama if they want to build on Polkadot.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting one there. ETH. Everybody's fanboy of ETH and probably wants to know what's going on with this and what our opinions are.
I mean, they're fanboy because it's safe.
Yeah.
Quote unquote safe, not financial advice safe. Apparently, allegedly.
Got this clear resistance just here, if we look at it. So again, same thing's happening. We're just waiting for this resistance breakout. Now, in terms of the on-chain metrics on ETH, it's been quite interesting. There's now less ETH on exchanges than there's been since 2018. And if we look at what happened after 2018, September 2018, when it dipped, we got down to $82 and then got up to 300. And then we had the COVID dip. And then this is around the area where I started accumulating ETH and telling people about ETH was around the $300 mark when PS5 came out. So it was around this zone. So congratulations to the ETH holders that have been with me since then. I'm no longer holding any ETH because got out here in October, November.
And
Bitcoin. So no longer holding any ETH or any Bitcoin. Will go back to it eventually. But just getting the bigger gains on other things for now. Ftse coin, this one I'm not going to give any opinions on because I'm emotionally swayed because I've got a cognitive bias on this one. And it's good to admit that I know I've got a cognitive bias on this. I see what I want to see on this one because I love the technology on it. It's just makes sense. Cloud storage on the blockchain, like why would you not do that? So yeah, that's these guys. Very, very nice technology, great project, highly undervalued for what it actually is and what it actually does. I think that's one of the ones where when people are like, oh, what does blockchain do? What's crypto do? The moment you explain Ftse, they're like, oh, that makes sense. Uniswap, I'm expecting something crazy to come from Uniswap now.
Come on, it's the biggest Ethereum DEX, man.
And look at this RSI, bro. Down at 22.
Wow, Uniswap's only $10. What a bargain.
All-time high of 45.
4.5x down from all-time high.
Yeah.
5
crazy. That's actually crazy. Let's go down here. No. Okay. Ignore me.
Look at the RSI as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is
also like one of like Ninja's babies.
I've got to not get caught up and be like, I want to buy some DOT. Now, it's again, make everything we do public. I was accumulating DOT recently when it was down here at like $14, which I think is criminal. What the hell? Like DOT to be $14 is wild. To be fair, DOT to be $19 is still wild. It's normally, I think the mid average price is around 25.
Bro, did I tell you? Have I ever told you when I first purchased DOT and who it was because of?
Yeah.
Saint Jerome put me on DOT in like literally 3rd of January 2021. What's the price?
The GOAT Jerome was like £6.20.
Yeah.
$20.
I remember it was like under £8 when I bought my first DOT.
Mad. Filecoin, the reason I'm going to look at this one is because it's in the Grayscale portfolio as well. And again, if we look at this RSI and we just ask ourselves, why would Grayscale have such a large amount of it? Why would the Winklevoss twins have such a large amount of it? I think certain things are in a mad long-term accumulation zone. So like a year-on-year accumulation zone. So I think Filecoin and
Filecoin is something that might blow up in 2024, 25. Like it might go through 2 more bull runs and Filecoin do nothing.
Yeah, definitely agree on that. So yeah, that's that. We'll just do tiny amount of the ones that are on Swissborg, and then I think we're done. BNB, can't really not mention BNB. The altcoin to look out for, in my opinion. You can see my take profits here on BNB.
I feel like BNB is
Ethereum last year.
Yeah. It's basically coin of the year in terms of potentially emulating previous Ethereum gains.
Look at this. Bam, bam, bam. It's ready, my guys.
Wow, you're saying 2000? Oh my god.
Yeah, easily.
BNB.
Easily.
Shit, man.
Obviously, do your own research, but yeah. And then XRP. nice potential support zone here. It's not the clearest.
What's going on with this case, though? Come on.
Beat the case, anime. Beat the case.
Just free up the XRP. Come on, Gary.
Man, Gary's not trying to have it, bro. Not until ETH reaches 10K. Once ETH reaches like 5-10K, case will be clear. But yeah.
All right, guys, that's today's episode of Technically Speaking. Shouts Mr. Spectacular every time for holding it down.
Yeah, man. Love, love, love. Appreciate you guys. See you in a bit.
Thank you.
How do I